Good morning. We are going to start Unit 4 today. Unit 4 is going to be about volume and surface area. To introduce that, we are going to look at area and perimeter. Okay, so let's first look at what area and perimeter are. Let me back up the beginning here. Okay, so if I have a rectangle, we want to consider the differences between what the perimeter and the area are. Well, first of all, there are units to measure perimeter and area. So, for example, if we were to measure something with inches, there would be three different types of inches. So, for example, if we're measuring the distance across something, we would use just a regular inch. Okay? So, if we wanted to find how far this screen is across, we'd use inches to do that. But if I wanted to find the area of the screen, I would not use inches because that only measures distance. So to find the area of the screen, I would use the number of square inches. Okay, and we're not going to get into it in this section, but there's a third type of inches as well. If we want to measure a volume, the amount of air in a fish tank or a classroom or something, and to do that, we would use what is called a cubic inch. And not right now. Okay, that's a three-dimensional inch right there. Okay, so that measures the volume of something. Okay, so for example, if in this rectangle here, we're going to consider the perimeter and we're going to consider the area of this rectangle. So the perimeter is the distance around. Okay, so how far, if we were putting a fence around this rectangle, what would we, how far would that fence be? How many inches? So if the left side is 2 inches, then we assume the right side is the same because this is a rectangle. And if the top is 3 inches, then the bottom would be 3 inches as well. Okay. Therefore, the perimeter of this rectangle would be 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, just adding all the sides together, which gives us a total of 10. Okay, the area of that perimeter, the area of this, again, we would be counting the number of square units on the inside. Okay, so to get the area, the number of square units would be, we have 2 units on the each side here. That's the width, and the length includes 3 units. Okay, so the number of square units would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or length times the width. In this case, that would be 2 times 3, which would be 6. And we've got to remember to label our answers with units. So 10 what? 10 inches. 6 what for the area? Would it be inches? No, it wouldn't be inches. We don't measure area with inches. We measure area with square inches. Okay. All right. Let's look at an example here. So we're gonna run into some irregular shapes that are not just regular rectangles or squares or triangles. So this figure, the perimeter would be counting up all the sides around there. So it'd just be 5 plus 11 plus 5 plus 4 plus 10 plus 15. So adding up all the sides would give us 10 plus 15 plus 5 plus 11 plus 5 plus 4. Okay, so that would give us 25, 30, 41, 46, 50, I believe. Um, 25, 30, 41, 46, 50. Okay, yeah, that looks right. Okay, now for the area of this, it helps to break it into shapes that we can easily get the area of. So one way to do that would be just to draw a line. So if I were to draw a line right here, that would separate our shape into two rectangles. Okay. Okay. So on the left side, we got a rectangle that is 5 by 15, And on the right side, we have a rectangle that is 5 by 4. Okay, so that would be 20. And this would be 5 times 15 would be 75. Okay, so our total area in this case would be uh, 75 plus 20, or 95. There is one thing I forgot on both of my answers, though, and that's the units. So the area would be 95 inches squared, not just regular inches, and the perimeter would be 50. Oh, and I made a mistake here. It's not inches, it's meters. So that'd be 50 meters, and this down here would be 50 meters squared. Okay, let's look at just a couple more examples, and I'll get you guys going on some practice problems. Okay, so this is we're looking at a lot, like a yard, that is 60 meters by 38. So if you imagine this is someone's yard here. Okay, and in the middle of the yard, they have a house that is 8 by 21. Okay, and then they want to know if the house is 21 by 8 meters, is built on the lot, how much area is left over. So essentially, we want all this space in here. Okay, so we first have to take the area of the yard, which the yard was 60 by 38. Now, to find out how much area is left over, anytime you want to find out what's left over, you need to use subtraction. So we've got to subtract the area of the house from the area of the yard. And there, that was 21 by 8. Okay, so that would give us, I believe, 168. And again, those would be meters squared. And 60 times 38 would give us, I'm going to use my calculator. I don't want to get this wrong. So 60 times 38. Okay, that'd give us 2,280. Okay, so 38 times 60 gives us the area of the yard. 21 times 8 gives us the area of the house. So I'm going to subtract them, and that would give us 2,112. So the area was 2,280 for the yard, minus the house was 168. That gives us 2,112. And again, that's going to be regular meters or meters squared. Okay, we're still talking about area, so it's going to be meters squared. Okay. All right, perimeter here. So for this shape, we have to find the perimeter. And again, that's just going to be like a fence around the outside of this object. The difference being we have to find two, it looks like three missing lengths. We're missing the length of this side, we're missing the length of this side, and we're missing the length of this side and here. So we can't add them together until we get all those missing sides. So if the left side is 25, the right side would be the same. And if this little piece right here is 6, then that little piece right there would be 6. The last tricky piece would be that piece right there. Okay, so how do we get that piece? Well, we see that the whole length of the bottom is 21, and this is 6, and this is 7 up here. So this little piece here plus the 6 plus the 7 would have to be the same as this 21 here. So I'm going to take my 21, and I'm going to subtract 6 and subtract 7, which would give us a total of 8. Okay, so 8 plus 7 plus 6 equals 21. So this side plus this side of 8 plus this side equals the whole side down here. Okay, and then we're just going to then we would just add everything together. So 25 plus 25, to right and the left side. The bottom is 21, and then that's 6 plus 7 plus 8 are those 3 sections on the top. Okay, and then there are 2 pieces I'm missing. So I did the 25, the 25, the 21, the 6, the 8, and the 7. So I missed my 2 pieces up here, the 6 plus the 6. Okay, and that would give us 50 and 27, and this will give us 15, 21, and 15, 21, 20, 27 here as well. Okay, so that would give us a grand total of, looks like 104. And again, what are our units here? Our units would be meters. I'm sure if I made a mistake there, one of you will tell me in class. Okay, almost done here. Okay, so the area, again, area means dividing into different rectangles. So I would just draw a line here and a line here. Okay, so this would be 3 times 15 or 45. Again, that's 15 because the other side's 15. So 4 times 15 would give us 60. And then this one, there's the potential to make some mistakes here. The last one's a little trickier. So we don't know this side here. But we do know that if this side is 15 and this side is 3, 15 minus 3 gives us 12 for that side. Okay, and again, just like we did before, if this whole bottom side is 10, and this side up here is 3, and this side up here is 4, to get that other side, we would do 10 minus 3 minus 4, which would give us 3. Okay, so again, this 3 plus this 3 plus this 4 should be equal to the side down here. Now, one thing you should notice about this is that this 3 does not look accurate. Okay, if this side is 3, this side does not look like it would be 3. So oftentimes on geometry problems, you're going to see this picture is not drawn to scale. Okay, so, but it should cause you to take a double check to make sure that your measurements are correct. And it looks like mine are, so it looks like it's just a scale here. But then we know that 3 times 12 would give us 36. Okay, and the area of those 3 together would be 45 plus 36 plus 60. And that would give us 105, 111, 141. And again, what are our units here? Inches, not just inches, square inches. Okay, one more, then I'll be done with you let you get working on the problems. So the perimeter of a rectangle is 160 inches. The width is 20 inches. Find the length of the rectangle. So I like, anytime I have dimensions of a shape in geometry, I like to draw it and label it. So it tells us that the width is 20. Okay, it tells us that the total perimeter is 120. So how do we get the perimeter? We add up all 4 sides. Okay, so we know that if this side is 20, this side is 20. Okay, so the perimeter would be the 20 plus the 20. And then we're looking for the length. So we'll call the length L. Okay, so we're adding the L 2 times. So 20 plus 20 is 40. L plus L is 2L. And that's equal to 120. Subtract 40. Subtract 40 here. And that gives us 2L is equal to 80. Divide by 2, divide by 2. L is equal to 40. Okay. So just to kind of plug that in up here, 40. Okay, so once I add all those sides up, 20 plus 20 plus 40 plus 40, it does give us the 160 here. Okay. So that's a brief introduction to perimeter and area. This will be attached to a MathXL activity and a quiz. I will see you in class. Good luck.